Hello, just making a video on what I feel is a kind of an underrated NES Famicom game. I believe it was only released on the Famicom, um, but that is Holy Diver. Um, this is a it's a reproduction, um, but it's got a reputation for a as being a hard game. Um, I kind of don't feel that way. I feel like once you learn the game and you learn the patterns, that it's not too bad. It does have some sections that are pretty bad, but you are given if infinite continues, um, but you do have limited lives. So if you lose all your lives, you got to start the level over. But as long as you have lives, you can keep trying, and you go through the rooms. So as long as you have lives, you'll try at the beginning of the room that you're in. Um, so I kind of think in that aspect, it is fair. So it is a very hard game, but it is fair in that aspect. And there are plenty of extra lives throughout some of the levels. Um, so it's just kind of a game that you learn the patterns and you learn where things are. And then certain enemies have certain drop items, and those drop items do seem to be consistent every playthrough. Um, so the game does have some randomness to it, but it's not overly bad. Um, so I think with some what would you say, some uh, determination, you can get through this game. Um, I enjoyed playing it, so it wasn't too much of a chore for me to keep trying. But I eventually did get through it. I think the first time I got through it, it took I don't know, 6 hours or so, and that's an official playthrough. I did use a Game Genie to practice it. So if you have that ability to use a Game Genie or save states, I would try those first. It will help you learn the patterns. I mean, I don't want to give away everything, but one of the hardest bosses in the game is level 4. So you don't get a lot of practice on that one because the stage itself is hard as well. But in my opinion, I think that level was probably one of the hardest. Um, the 6th level's hard as well, but I think 4 all around, with the boss being hard and the level itself being pretty hard, I think that is the hardest area. But yes, level 6 does have a few parts in it that are just, they will drive you nuts. But with some determination, you will get through it. So in my opinion, compared with like Battletoads, I believe this game is easier, and it's just because you have infinite continues. So it's up to you whether you want to quit or not. Battletoads has limited continues, so I feel like that makes that aspect of it harder. All around, I don't know, I enjoy this game more, so to me it's just not very hard, I guess, per se. Your first playthrough, it is going to be hard, but the more you learn this game, the easier it will become, as with pretty much every game that you play. So I did, like I said, this was a Famicom only release, so this is a reproduction, and this was my first kind of exposure to this game. I saw some videos on it, I saw some speedruns on it, and it made me want to try it. It looked interesting to me. It kind of has a look to it, kind of like Castlevania in a way, but it does not play like Castlevania, if that makes sense. I mean, it kind of does, you know, you the little guy running around, but you use magic. The jump is different, obviously. You get different items, health upgrades, magic upgrades. So I don't think it's fully like, some people kind of say it's a clone to Castlevania, but I don't agree with that. I think this is a unique game in its own right. It does have similarities, but I mean, what game doesn't that isn't an original, I guess, per se. Um, so I don't think it's like a clone of Castlevania, but it does have some similarities to it. Um, and so I'll just share this with you as well. I like this game so much that I got a collector's edition, and it comes with like the manual and some other things, pins and some stickers, things I'm not going to use. It's all going to stay in here. This one, however, it's got a little bit of dust on it here, but this one, however, does. If you're able to pick this up and you would like, I guess, an easier playthrough, it does have an easy mode. I don't think it's really easy per se. Just different enemies take less hits. That's the only difference I seem to find in it. But of course, if you're speed running or something like that, you wouldn't want to play this easy mode version. So just be aware that there is an easy mode on this collector's edition. But yeah, it just makes some enemies easier to kill. I didn't really find that. I don't think the level 4 boss took less hits, but I could be wrong. I'm not for sure. I only played through that easy mode once just to see what it was, and then I kind of wanted to preserve this a little bit. So I don't play this version too often, but just figure I'd let you know that it does exist. It is pretty neat, and I'm a fan of the game, so I decided to pick it up. It wasn't too much. I think it was $90. So it was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but it was something I really wanted, so I decided to just pick it up. So I think I've pretty much covered everything, but in my opinion, I don't want to give away too much of the game. I would, rather you experience it for yourself. I guess I forgot there is some jankiness to it. When you jump, if you hit over and jump at the same time, you will not jump. Only one command will come out. So what I kind of end up doing is I always keep my thumb kind of mashed on the directional pad. But with time, it's not really a thing that will bother you too much as you keep playing. You'll get used to the controls and it'll be fine. You might have a death every once in a while from it, but all in all, it's not that big of a jankiness that's gonna make you not want to play it anymore. Well, I don't think so. Maybe that will happen. I hope it doesn't, because I think it's a good game. So I think mostly everyone would enjoy it if you enjoy like platformer action style games. It's got kind of a horror aspect to it. So I'm pretty certain that's everything that I can cover here. So if you have a chance to pick up Holy Diver, either the Famicom version or the reproduction NES version, I do recommend it. I think if you like a challenge, you will enjoy this game. Just be prepared to try to strategize. If you just go into the levels trying to get through them, you're probably going to fail miserably. I know I did. You have to come up with a plan for patterns of enemies, but there are a few random ones, so be aware of that. So there are some areas where you might have problems, but for the most part, with some determination, some strategy, you and maybe a little bit of cheating at first, if you have a Game Genie, whatever, you will get through this game. It's not that bad of a game. I do enjoy it. I like to try to speed run it. I'm not that great at it, but it's kind of one of these games where the speed run strategies are not too difficult, so I can do some of them. Of course, I can't do all of them. There are a few that are pretty iffy, and I haven't tried to dedicate myself to those strategies. But for the most part, just doing a casual playthrough of this game, you can use some speedrun strategies. and some of those strategies are probably the best strategies of getting through this game. So I do recommend checking out some speedrunners of this game. I think the fastest one is around 16 minutes and 50 some odd seconds. So very quick playthrough of this game. Your first playthrough of this game it's probably going to take closer to maybe 6 hours. I know mine did. And that depends on, you know, if you want to set the whole time. If you have the ability to use save states, I would probably recommend doing that. That way, if you get flustered or perturbed, you can always come back to it. But I think for the most part, you will enjoy this game if you give it a chance and you approach it with a strategic mind. I think you'll get through it. So I just thought I would share that, and hopefully this video gets out to someone who gives this game a try and enjoys it. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.